Hello students, this is the class on trigonometry. So we are going to learn trigonometry. Okay. So the first question that you need to ask is, what is trigonometry? See, always start with the title of the any chapter. Okay. What is trigonometry? Okay. Trigno means triangle. Metry means to measure. It's basically all the things that involves triangular measurements. Trigonometry andre ಏನು? Trigno andre triangle. Metry means measurements. It runs behind triangular measurements. So do we know what is triangle? So let's say this. Is this a triangle? Yes, because it has a three what? What are these? These are 1, 2, 3. It has a three sides. Triangle. It has a three sides and also it has three angles. That is angle 1. Let's say this is angle A. Let's say this is angle B. Let's say this is angle C. There are three angles in a triangle. There are three sides in a triangle. Isn't it so? So now, what are different types of triangle? We'll see that. So let's say this is 5, this is 6, this is 7. What are this? This is a length of each side. What is the length of each side? This is one side, this is one side, this is one side. There are three sides. Isn't it so? So this much length is 6, this much length is 5, this much length is 7. Isn't it so? So this can be one kind of a triangle. Then I can take another triangle. Let's say there is another triangle. Let's say this is 5. Let's say this is 5. Let's say this is 6. I'll take another triangle where this will be 5, 5 and 5. Let's say. Okay. Now, when I observe the first triangle, the length means what? This distance. Length means what? This distance. The distance between the length I'll call as length of a side. Right? The length of a side is 6, 5, 7. Are these three lengths same? They are different. All the lengths are different. We call this scalene. All two sides are same. We call this isosceles. And all are same. We call equilateral triangle. See. Now you know there are three types of triangle, that is scalene, which has a different sides, and isosceles, two sides equal, and there was something called equilateral where all the sides were equal. Now for the trigonometry, we need right angle triangle. What is the right angle triangle? The triangle which makes an angle 90 degree. A triangle which makes an angle 90 degree. So 90 degree represented by this, and also I'll just write 90 degree here. I do not know what is an angle here. So I do not know what is an angle here. I can call it as A, B, C, D. I can call it as anything, right? I can call this as anything. What do you want me to call? I'll call this as theta. See, there is nothing to afraid about it. Just think about, it's just an angle theta. Theta means what? It's an angle between two sides of a triangle. That's it. It's a name for this angle. I can call it as A, B, C, D. I can call it as anything, but here I call it as theta. Now see here. The nomenclature of the sides is very important. See, for DCET is one of the important, most of the questions can be solved just by knowing what is the name of each side. So, yalla ritiya DCET question solve madake just nimga sides the yen length, sides the hesare henge kandiditare annodu tumba important. So, dayamadi correct ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Listen to me very carefully. Listen. See, this theta, opposite side. For theta, there is an opposite side. I'll call this as OPP. That is opposite side. For this theta, see, this is an opposite side, isn't it? Now, this is an adjacent. Adjacent means what? Adjacent. Who is adjacent to me? There is nothing. If there is someone standing on me, adjacent to me is that guy. Adjacent means side. Your neighbors are called adjacent of your house. Adjacent means side. I'll call this as adjacent. I'll just write ADJ. Opposite, I'll call this as adjacent. See, now the biggest side of a right angle triangle is called hypotenuse. I'll just write H by P. I'll write it as what? H by P. Listen. First, I took theta. For theta, which was an opposite, I called this as opposite side. Okay? Clear, Nodi? If I take this as theta, which one is an opposite? I call this an opposite side, isn't it so? Now, the next thing I named is adjacent. Adjacent means what? Which is neighbor. Pakkad mane, which is neighbor, which is neighbor to this. Adjacent, English meaning is neighbor. The neighbor of this is adjacent. So next I called something called adjacent. The bigger side I called it as what? Hypotenuse. I call this as hypotenuse. Now I'll give you, let's see how much you have learnt in the nomenclature. Let's see. Now I'll give you another right angle triangle. To learn this class, always have pen and paper with you. Whenever I ask the question, pause the video, try to answer it in our comment section or in your textbook. Try to comment it in our video so that we will also know that you are participating. Interactive. It's an interactive video. Okay. Now, if I ask you, this is an theta. Now what I ask? I said this is a theta. Tell me what are opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse. So it's a very important. So how to decide? First we have a theta, opposite. See, opposite to theta, is it a 1 or 2? Which one? Comment. 1 or 2? 2. Right? This is an opposite to this theta. Because for this theta, this was an opposite. For this theta, now this is an opposite. So I will call this as OPP, opposite. And this is the biggest side, na? This is biggest side. Biggest side is hypotenuse. And this is behind. This is an adjacent to this. I'll call this ADJ. That is adjacent. Is that cool? Is that cool? See here. I took this as theta, opposite to this, which is beside. Beside is adjacent and hypotenuse. Before you can draw these two triangles, but just taking a theta, don't go forward in this video. You should know all these three things by yourself. What you need to do? Just open a new page, draw a right angle triangle, put a theta here, nomenclature. Right. What is this? Right now, take a triangle, take a theta, do it. Take a theta, what will be this? What will be this? What will be this? Opposite. What will be this? What will be this? This is adjacent. This also can be adjacent because this is also neighbor, but the biggest side is called hypotenuse. And also, take another diagram. Let's say this is theta. Now, what is an opposite side? Do it right now. Pause the video. Do it. What is an opposite side? This is an opposite side. See, adjacent. This is also adjacent. This is also adjacent. But the bigger side is what? This is hypotenuse. And this side is what? Adjacent. Isn't it so? Now you can write the nomenclature of this too. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, that's nice. Now again, let's continue. If I take a right angle triangle, that is all about the trigonometry, is all about talking about right angle triangle. Okay, let's consider this as theta. Is that cool? I consider this as theta. Now what will be opposite? This or this? For this is an opposite, so I call it as opposite. So which is adjacent? This or this? The bigger one is always hypotenuse. And this will become what? This will become adjacent. Is that all right? Is that all right? Yes. Now what I will do? I'll give a simple task to do. What are the simple tasks? Think this as some ball. Let's say this ball name is X. I consider this opposite side as a ball. I consider this as a ball. I call this ball as X. Again, adjacent, I'll put this in a ball. I'll call this ball as Y. And I'll take hypotenuse and I'll put this in another ball. I'll call it as Z. Is that okay? Is that okay? What did I do? I took opposite. I put that in a ball. I named that ball X. Another two balls again I took. I put adjacent. I put hypotenuse. I gave a different names to this. Is that okay? Is that okay? Is that okay? Yes. Now what I'll do? I'll give you a shelf. I'll give you a shelf. You have to keep one ball there and one ball here. There is a shelf. You have to keep one ball upside, another ball downside. Example, I'll take X ball. I will take X ball and I'll keep Z ball downside. Can you do this? Can you do this? Now, take another ball, take another shelf. Now, what I can take? I take an X. Now I'll take Y. I'll take Y and I'll keep Z downside. There are two balls, no? I'll keep Y ball in upside shelf and downside Z ball. Again, what I will do? What is left? Now hypotenuse as z I have considered. Now only I will take x and y. See, first I put this ball here, this ball here. This is a rack. I take a one ball here, one ball here. The name of a ball is x, name of a ball is z. Same way, same way. Now what I will do, I will reverse all of this. I will reverse this. What is reversing? I will just do ulta. It is z by x. And what will be ulta of this? Z by y. And what will be ulta of this? Y by x. I have taken just ulta of this. Now, leaving this, just leave all that. Let's take another example, like any random number. You can take anything, like x. If I take x divided by, if I take y, x by y. Is it x by y here? Yes, by y. Yeah, it is there. Okay, let's take another example. Let's take z. And another number, let's take x. Z by x. Yeah, it is there. So, if I take a shelf, if I want to arrange these three balls, there are only 6 combinations. You can't do any other combination. If you take any 2 balls and write, you can't do any other combination. Is that correct? Try. Pause the video. Try. Take a shelf, write a ball name here, write a ball name here, compare. If it is not here, let's see what it comes. Yes? Pause the video and do it. Okay. Once you have done, let's erase this. Let's think about this. Now, if I take an x ball, what is the name of that ball? That was opposite, right? What is in the denominator? In the denominator z, that is hypotenuse. Is that okay? Now, what is an y? That is an adjacent. In the denominator, what I can take? I can take hypotenuse. In the same case, what is an x? X is opposite. What is y? Y is adjacent. Now, in the same way, what is z? Z is hypotenuse. And just reverse it, no? I'll just see this and write. I'll just reverse it, all this. I'll write, just reverse this. That is hypotenuse over adjacent. Are you getting what I'm trying to do? I'm just reversing this. Because this is reverse of this, means then this will also reverse, no? So, adjacent by opposite. This is done. This is done. Now, I want to give name for it. I want to give, and now I don't have any matlab with this. I don't care what are these things. Now there are some things, these are the nomenclatures that are given to the side. So this makes sense. X and Y doesn't make sense. Also, I want to talk about this. I want to talk about all of this. I want to name them. I can call this Karthik, I can call this Hariprasad, I can call this Siddharth, I can call this anything. But let's call this as sin theta. Let's call this as what? Sin theta. I'll call this as cos theta. I'll call this as tan theta. Now here, I will call this thing as cosecant theta. I'll call this as secant theta. I'll call this as cot theta. These are the just names. See, sin theta means this ratio. Sin theta means this ratio. Opposite by hypotenuse means sin theta. So cos theta means adjacent by hypotenuse. That's it. Cos theta is a name. Cos theta is a name for adjacent over hypotenuse. What is tan theta? Tan theta is a name for ratio of opposite by adjacent. Cosecant theta is a name for this. Secant theta is name for this. Cot theta is name for it. That's it. These are the names. These are the names. This is very important to know what is sin theta. You should know what is sin theta to talk about sin theta. Na? If you want to talk about somebody, you should know what they are, right? Who they define, what they define it from, right? So sin theta means you should know opposite by hypotenuse. Okay? Let's switch into Kannada. Let's go deeper more. I'll try to explain whatever I explained in Kannada. Let's see how it goes. Okay? See here. First ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು nomenclature ಕೊಟ್ವಿಲ್ಲ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇದರ ಪಕ್ಕ ಇರೋದು ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರೋದು ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಟ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸಾರಿ ನಾವು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ nomenclature ಕೊಟ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ಲ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಆ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಬಲೂನ್ ಬಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದೇ ತರ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಈಗ ಮೂರು ಬಾಲ್ ಇದೆ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆ ಬಾಲ್ ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋ ಬಾಲ್ ಹೆಸರು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹಾಕಿರೋ ಬಾಲ್ ಹೆಸರು ವೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ನ ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಆ ಬಾಲ್ ಹೆಸರು ಝೆಡ್ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಒಂದು ಶೆಲ್ಫ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ ಬಾಲ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಇಡ್ಬೋದು. ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಬಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಝೆಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಬಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ಟೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ವೈ ಝೆಡ್ ವೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಈ ಬಾಲ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಗೆ ಏನ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನೀವು ರ್ಯಾಂಡಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಶೆಲ್ಫ್ ತಗೊಂಡು, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ಈ ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ ವೈ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಬಾಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ವೈ ಬೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್, ಆ ವೈ ಬೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಶೆಲ್ಫ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಯಾವ ಎರಡು ಬಾಲ್ನೂ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಗಳು ಇಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಬಾಲ್ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನಾಮಿಕ್ಲೇಚರ್ ಇಂದ ರಿಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಝೆಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಬಾಲ್ ಯಾವುದು, ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಅದೇ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೇಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬಂತು, 6 ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು. ಏನು, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್, ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್, ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಬೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್, ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್, ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಈ ತರ ನಮಗೆ 6 ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು. ನಾ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಈ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ ಹೆಸರು ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಹೆಸರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೆಸರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಹೆಸರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಸರು ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳೋಣ, ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೊ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅನ್ನೋದೇ ಹೆಸರು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಈ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರು, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ನಂಬರು, ಒಂದು ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಪ್ಲಿಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋದೇ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ರೇಷಿಯೋಗೆ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಏನ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ 2 ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ 2 ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ ಸೈಡ್ಸ್, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡು, ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಒಂದು ಸೈಡ್. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಆಫ್ 2 ಸೈಡ್ಸ್. ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಡಿನಾಮಿನೇಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಗುಡ್? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಸೊ ಈ 6 ಯಾವ ತರ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ಈ 6 ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೇಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 6 ratios. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ರೈಟ್ ದೆಮ್ ಒನ್ ಬೈ ಒನ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಅಕೌಂಟ್. So first what we need to do, we need to construct a right angle triangle, isn't it so? So if I take theta, if I take this as a theta, tell me what will be opposite of this? Yes, this will be opposite side. What will be adjacent to this? This is adjacent. What is the biggest side? That is biggest side, that is called hypotenuse. Okay, in this journey of the video, we should be capable of writing this easily. Okay. Now what are the terms that I need to remember? I need to know what is sin theta, I need to know what is cos theta, I need to know what is tan theta. How to remember? See here. First catch hypotenuse. Start with opposite. Opposite by, now you have hypotenuse, just write hypotenuse. Now we have done opposite. Now take adjacent. Adjacent by hypotenuse. Take adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Next, what two are left? This and this two are left. Take opposite by adjacent. First, these 3 are important. So what did you do? See here, sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. These are the theta. Say it. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Done. Next, hold always, whenever the questions comes, the thing you have to do is draw a right angle triangle. After writing a right angle triangle, choose theta. What is the theta? Just choose it and write down. Next, opposite. It is an opposite to it. Opposite. It is an adjacent to it. Yes, it is an adjacent. If the bigger side is hypotenuse, yeah, bigger side is hypotenuse. Next, the bigger side, hold it. What is left? Opposite. Opposite by hypotenuse is sin theta. Adjacent by hypotenuse is sin. What are left? These two are left. This by this. Is that cool? Next, just you have to reverse it. For reverse, sin reverse is cosecant theta. Cosecant theta is what? Hypotenuse over opposite. Hypotenuse over opposite. What is the ulta of that? Cos theta ulta is secant theta. What is the reverse of that? Hypotenuse by adjacent. What is the reverse of this? Cot theta. What is the reverse of this? This is reverse. That is adjacent over opposite. So what do you need to do? You need to remember cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Again, cosecant theta is what? Reverse of sin theta. You don't remember what is cosecant theta. You remember what is sin theta. Whenever you remember what is sin theta, you reverse it. That will get cosecant theta. Next, what do you need to do? You need to know what is secant theta. You don't have to remember what is secant theta. You have to remember what is cos theta. Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse. Reverse it, you will get hypotenuse by adjacent. What is cot theta? You don't think about cot theta. You think about tan theta. Tan theta reverse is what? Tan theta is what? Opposite by adjacent. Reverse is what? Adjacent by opposite. So in this, you cannot go forward into the video. You should get all the ratios properly. What you need to do? You need to first, what you need to do? You need to remember these three: sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Say it. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Write it. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. So how to remember sin theta? Catch the bigger side. So opposite by this, this by this, and this by this. Do this in your paper. Take a right angle triangle, draw 3 of this, and write this by this. Next, what is cosecant theta? Cosecant theta, we don't remember what is cosecant theta. What we remember is sin theta. Sin theta ulta is cosecant theta. That's what we did. Next, what we know? We have to know secant theta. Secant theta, I don't know anything about secant theta, but cos theta I know. What is cos theta? Adjacent by hypotenuse. Reverse it, I'll get secant theta. Next, tan theta. I don't know anything about the cot theta. I know about tan theta. Tan theta is opposite by adjacent. I reverse it, I'll get adjacent by opposite. So you're not going forward into the video if you don't know this 6 ratio, because these are definition. This is the definition of sin theta. You should know the definition. So pause the video, learn it right now. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Sin theta is what? Opposite by adjacent. Hold this. Or this by this, this by this is sin theta, this by this is cos theta, this by this is tan theta. So if you want reverse, what are the reverse 3 ratios? Cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Cosecant theta, secant theta, cos theta. Cosecant theta, you don't know anything about cosecant theta. You don't know about sin theta. Sin theta reverse hai cosecant theta. You don't know anything about secant theta. You know cos theta. Cos theta is adjacent by hypotenuse. Cosecant theta ulta, hypotenuse by adjacent. You don't know anything about cot theta. You know tan theta. Tan theta is what? Opposite by adjacent. If you reverse it, what you'll get? Adjacent by opposite. Is that good? Don't go to the in front of the video. You should be capable of telling sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Sin theta is what? This by this. Cos theta is what? This by this. So tan theta is what? This by this. Then all this. Cosecant theta is reverse. Secant theta is reverse. Cot theta is reverse. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Learn it. Learn it. The end of the video, you should remember this. Okay? Let's try out in Kannada. Chala. First ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಥೀಟಾ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಬರುತ್ತಾ? ಥೀಟಾ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲೇಬೇಕು. ಥೀಟಾ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಬೇಕು. ಥೀಟಾ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬರ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತದ? ಅದ್ರ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬರೀಲೇಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆಯೋ ಅದು ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಬಂದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಹೆಸರು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ 6 ಹೆಸರು ಇದಾವೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ 3 ಹೆಸರು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದು? ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಯಾವ್ದು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಯಾವ ಸೈಡು? ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದೆ? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದು? ದಿಸ್ ಬೈ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್. ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬೈ. ದಿಸ್ ಬೈ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್. ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಇವಾಗ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅದು ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನೇನಿದೆ? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಇದನ್ನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಬರ್ದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನ 3 ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು? ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಸೀಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೈಟ್ ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಸೀಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಸೀಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ನನಗೆ ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತು? ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಬೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಅದು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಬೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಸೀಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್ ಬೈ ಅಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತದ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಏನ್ ನೆನಪಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 6 ನೆನಪಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಸೀಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಸೀಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಇದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಲೇಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಒಂದು ರೈಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. So if I take this as 3, 4 and 5, if I given 3 sides length as 3, 4 and 5, find sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. Also find cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Right? So what do you do? First, seeing the right angle triangle, we have to always find bigger side. Which is bigger side? 5 is a bigger side. So denominator is 5. What is the opposite? Opposite is 3. So 3 by 5. Hold the bigger side. Opposite by this. This number by this number. Next, again 5 I will keep it as it is. That is for cos theta. What is the number here? 4. This by this, this by this. Next, this by this number, that is 3 by 4. That is this by this number, that is 3 by 4. Next, cosecant theta, just I don't know, I know sign, but I'll just reverse it. 5 upon 3. I reverse it, 5 upon 4. I reverse it, 4 upon 3. That's it, done. Done. One more question. One more question. Should be capable of solving. This is theta. The, let's say triplet. What triplet I will take? I'll take another number. Let's say that is 13. This is 5 and this is 12. Triplet. What is triplet? We will know it in the future. Not now. Okay. Now. How will you take? On what you need to find is sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. And also you need to find cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. We need to find all this. So how will you find? How will you find all of this? Sin theta, bigger. Which one is bigger? This is bigger. Now, which one is opposite to this? Theta opposite this. This is opposite. This is bigger. I have to call this as hypotenuse. This is adjacent to this. I call this as adjacent. Is that correct? Opposite. You know, right now you should know, you should be capable of writing which is opposite, which is adjacent, which is hypotenuse. You should exactly know which are these. Done? After this. So, hold the bigger side, opposite by this, 12 by 13. This by this, 5 by 13. Then, opposite by this, that is 12 upon 5. Opposite upon 5. Opposite upon adjacent. Next, cosecant theta, I don't know anything about diagram. I'll see sin theta, I'll reverse it. That is 13 by 12. I'll reverse this. 13 by 5. If I reverse this, I'll get 5 by 12. See? First, what you need to do in this triangle, let's go switch it to Kannada. First in ಮಾಡಬೇಕು right angle triangle ಅಲ್ಲಿ first opposite ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, adjacent ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, hypotenuse ಯಾವುದು ಗೊತ್ತು ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಇಷ್ಟು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು ಆ ಮೂರನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಥೀಟಾಗೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇರೋದು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್, ಬಿಗ್ಗರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಇರೋದು hypotenuse, ಅದ್ರ ಪಕ್ಕ ಇರೋದು adjacent. ಹೌದಲ್ಲ? ಇದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta ಇಷ್ಟು 6 ರೇಷಿಯೋಸ್ ಬರ್ತದಾ ಹೇಳಿ. sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. ಸೊ sin theta ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? hypotenuse ಯಾವ್ದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ, ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ, 5 ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ, 5ನ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ this by this number, ಆಮೇಲೆ 4 by 5, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿದಿರೋದು ಯಾವುದು 3 ಮತ್ತೆ 4. ಬಟ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಏನು ತಗೋಬೇಕು? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ 3 by 4. ಆಮೇಲೆ cosecant theta ಇದನ್ನ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, cos theta ಅದನ್ನ ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, cot theta ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇದೆ. ಏನಿದೆ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಥೀಟಾ ಕೊಟ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಥೀಟಾ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಥೀಟಾ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್, ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್, ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್, ಅಡ್ಜಸೆಂಟ್, ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್. sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. ಚೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಬಿಗ್ಗರ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ? ಹೈಪೋಟೆನಸ್ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಏನಿರಬೇಕು? ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ? ಥೀಟಾಗೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ 12 by 13. ಸೊ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಉಳಿದೇನಿದೆ? 5 by 13. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿದಿರೋದೇನು? ಇದು ಬೈ ಇದೆ, ಇದು ಬೈ ಏನೋ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬೇಡ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನು ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಸೈನ್ ಯಾವ್ದಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ ನ್ಯೂಮರೇಟರ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಮೇಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಬೈ ದಿಸ್ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ. ಡೌಟೇ ಬೇಡ, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ 3 ಫಸ್ಟ್. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸೈನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿ ಸೈನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇದೆ. ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ? 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2 ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ತಗೋಣ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ಇದು ರೈಟ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್, ಇದು ಥೀಟಾ, ಇದು 4, ಇದು 3, ಇದು 5. ಪಟಾಪಟ್ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ. ಫೈಂಡ್ ಸೈನ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಕಾಸ್ ಥೀಟಾ, ಟ್ಯಾನ್ ಥೀಟಾ ಅಂಡ್ ಕೊಸಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಥೀಟಾ, secant theta and cot theta. Find out all this. My second question. This is theta, this is 13, this is 12, this is 5. Find again sin theta, cos theta, tan theta and also cosecant theta. Pause the video and start doing it. Secant theta and cot theta. Start doing it. We'll take another example. This is theta. Let's take triplet. 17, 15, 8. 17, 15, 8. Find sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Find it. Let's take another example. This is theta. Okay, not this. This is theta. This is given as 5. This is 3. This is 4. You can find sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Find it. Pause the video. Solve ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂತದೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬರೋವರೆಗೂ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ವಿಡಿಯೋಸ್ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Pause right now. Okay. I hope you have attended the question. You attend ಮಾಡಿದಿರ ಅನ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. Okay, let's solve. So what is the first thing we have to know? We need to know which is opposite. For this is an opposite. This is an adjacent. This is an hypotenuse. Bigger side is hypotenuse. Opposite to it is opposite. Adjacent. So sin theta, we have to hold a bigger one. Opposite by bigger one. And cos theta, 3 by bigger one. What is left? This and this. 4 by 3. And cosecant theta, reverse of sin theta. That is 5 over 4. 5 over 3. And cot theta reverse is 3 over 4. This is done. Everybody got the same answer. Okay, next. Sin theta. See again, opposite is already given. Adjacent is there. Hypotenuse is bigger one. Isn't it so? So now, 12 by, which is the bigger? 13. So 5 by, which is bigger? 13. What is left? 12 and 5. So 12 by 5. Now reverse is 13 by 12. Reverse 13 by 5. If I reverse, I get 5 by 12. Is that simple? Yes. In this case, theta is there. This will become opposite. This is adjacent to this. This will become adjacent. ADJ, adjacent. And this is bigger. This will become hypotenuse. This is opposite. This is adjacent. ADJ, adjacent, right? ADJ, adjacent. This is hypotenuse. Done? Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Now, sin theta. Always numerator start with opposite. So what is an opposite? 8. Which is a bigger side? 17. Hold bigger side first. Opposite by, what is left? 15. So 15 by 17. And what is left? This by this. These two are left. This by this or this by this. They always take opposite side in the numerator. So I'll get 8 by 15. If I reverse it, what I'll reverse? I'll get 17 by 8, 17 by 15, 15 by 8. Here same thing. Theta, this is an opposite. This is an adjacent. This is an hypotenuse. Isn't it so? Now, opposite by hypotenuse. Hold the bigger one. This by this. 4 by 5. 3 by 5, and what is left? This and this are left. This by this or this by this. Always take opposite in the numerator. Yavaglu opposite numerator barbeku. So what is an opposite? 4. 4 upon 3. To get cosecant theta, what I need to do? I need to reverse. So let's reverse 5 by 4. Reverse 5 by 3. Reverse 3 by 4. Done. If you are very comfortable solving these 4 questions, then watch to the next video. Watch next part of the video. Otherwise, don't go to the next part. Watch this video again from the beginning. See, there are different two type of different things here. Opposite is decided by theta. You can't say this is an opposite. It is decided by theta. Theta in the define agutte. Opposite yavdu, adjacent yavdu, hypotenuse. This nomenclature you should learn. ಈ ಹೆಸರಿಡೋದೇನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಕಲಿಬಹುದು. And also it is not very difficult. Bigger ಇರೋದು hypotenuse, opposite ಇರೋದು opposite, ಅದ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಉಳಿದಿರೋದೇ adjacent. Once you know that, sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta, our ratios ಬಾಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಇರಬೇಕು. sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. Say it. sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, cosecant theta, secant theta, cot theta. So ಗೊತ್ತಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? This by this, opposite by hypotenuse. hypotenuse ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ದೊಡ್ಡದನ್ನ ಹೊರಡಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್. ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಇಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್. ಏನೇ ಇರಲಿ, ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ಇರಲಿ, ಥೀಟಾ ಏನಾದರೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಲಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡದನ್ನ ಹೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಹುಡುಕಿ. ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ 17, ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಬೈ 17. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದೇನು? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ದು ಇವೆರಡರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬೈದ ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಬೈ ದಿಸ್. ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಕೂಲ್? ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ So before going to the next part of the trigonometric functions, first we should know something called PT. What is PT? Simply I call it as PT, but not a PV. It's a Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? Everybody has learned in the 10th standard. PT. Let's call it as PT. Pythagoras theorem. See what it says. See here what we learned. We learned that if I take this is theta, this will become with what? Opposite. This will become what? Adjacent. The bigger side will be hypotenuse. What this theorem says is the bigger square, which is bigger, hypotenuse, bada, bigger, dodudu, bigger square is equal to smaller square plus smaller square. What is smaller square? It is opposite square plus adjacent square. That's it. If there is a right angle triangle, if I have opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse, the bigger square is equal to smaller square plus smaller square. Smaller square plus smaller square. So an example, let's take an example. If this is theta, this is this 3, 4 and this 5. What this theorem says? Bigger square. What is bigger square? 5 square equal to, what is smaller square? 3 square plus 4 square. 3 square is how much? 25. 3 square is how much? Sorry, 5 square is how much? 25. 3 square is 9 plus 16. So I got 25 here, I got 25 here. Got it? So what is the Pythagoras theorem says? It is very simple. Pythagoras theorem is tumba simple. What is, let's switch into Kannada. So what is there? So in one right angle triangle consider ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು 3 ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Already ಅದನ್ನ find out ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಏನು ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ವಿ. Opposite to, adjacent to, hypotenuse. Hypotenuse ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ. So bigger square, hypotenuse square, bigger ಯಾವುದು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿದೆ ಅದರ square is equal to ಚಿಕ್ಕ number square plus another ಚಿಕ್ಕ number square. Example, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಇದು? ಯಾಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್? See here. If I have this as theta, let's take this 3 and 4. I have to know the value of x. I don't know the x. How to find it? So whenever you have a right angle triangle, you don't know one side, you should always use PT. What is PT? Pythagoras theorem. If there are two known sides, one unknown. So how to find which is bigger? Hypotenuse is always a bigger. So bigger square is equal to smaller square, that is 3 square plus 4 square. Small square plus small square. So x square equal to 9 plus 16. So x square equal to 25. X is equal to root 25. Root 25 is plus or minus 5, but it is a distance. Let's take only positive 5. Root 25 is how much? We'll get 5. Is that cool? So if I take another example, this is theta. We have to find x, and this is given as 13. This is given as 12. How to find? Always bigger. First write bigger. Bigger square equal to smaller square. What is smaller? X square plus 12 square. X square plus 12 square. So 13 square is 169 is equal to x square, I don't know, plus 12 square is 144. So if I get this side, this is plus. If it come here, this is minus. First whatever I have taken here, 169. If I have plus, if it come here, this will become minus 144. That is equal to x square. So 169 minus 144 is 25. So if I take root of it, x is equal to root 25. So that is 5. So what is the next value? X value is 5. Again, everybody got it? So right angle triangle kodidre bigger square is equal to smaller square plus a smaller square. Is that cool? Let's go one step ahead. What is given? See here, if I give a right angle triangle, if this is given as theta, let's say this is 3, let's say this is find x. And also you have to find the value of sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. And also you need to find the value of cosecant theta, secant theta and cot theta. Find out. Pause the video and find it. Pause right now and find it. So okay, I think you already attended the question. If you're not gone, let's just go into it. See, we know, if we know this value of x, we can easily solve because we know all the ratios how to write. But what is known, what is x is unknown, how to find x as unknown? See here, it is very simple. So x square, that is opposite square, equal to smaller square plus smaller square. So x square equal to 9 plus 16. So x is equal to root 25 and that is equal to 5. I know x value as 5. Yes or no? Now the bigger one, always pick bigger one in the downside. Opposite, start with this 3 by 5, 4 by 5, and if you leave this, only these two are left, that is 3 by 4. Same way, cosecant theta. What is cosecant theta? Reverse. 5 by 3, reverse. 5 by 4, reverse. 4 upon 3. Yes or no? Yes. Now I'll ask a simple question. Let's go to the next thing, next format. If sin theta is given as 3 by 5, find cos theta, tan theta, all other form, etc. etc. How to do it? How to do this? How to do this? Think about this. Think about this. We'll do this in the next video. Hey guys, if you like the way that we teach, show your support by liking this video, commenting and also subscribing to the channel, and please share this video with the needy one, that is DCET student. We are going to continue this playlist, and also don't forget to check out our full course on DCET mathematics. Yes, we are going to launch our DCET mathematics course. You can check out the full course and the description. That will be our recorded videos. You can go and check out our full description courses, and also there is some offer for first 100 students. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. All the best.